first question is, what do you think that Defenders means for the Marvel Universe, having all the superheroes together, or his TV show?
I think it's a fun team up, you know what I mean? Everybody has been established in their own single series, and now getting to see everybody together. I know even for us, getting the first couple of scripts and seeing a scene with Jessica Jones and Misty Knight, or, seeing Rachel, Trish Walker, and Iron Fist, all these characters in the same place was really cool.
Yeah. And we know in the comic book that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones get married and even having a child. We saw a little bit of this relationship in Jessica Jones, but now we know that Luke Cage has a personal interest in Rosario
Yeah, we already
Dawson.
shot that. We shot that. We already had the baby and everything. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's done. It's done.
I think there's not going to be some kind of
Long term, we don't know what they're gonna.
Yeah.
You gotta spread that shit out, right?
Yeah, you gotta spread it out like like peanut butter. You gotta across the whole piece of bread. We can't just put it all in one corner. You gotta spread it. So we're gonna make it last as long as we can.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get a bite of the peanut butter jelly that we created. That's kind of how we're gonna do it. Peanut butter and jelly. You just gotta wait for it to be toasted into bread. Put the peanut butter on it. Put the jelly.
I will just spit my water out.
Cut the corners off the bread.
Cut the corners out. Get rid of the crust.
Get rid of the crust.
Cut it into fours.
Yeah. Put a little fig of a little parsley right next to it. A couple little pieces of chips.
Chips.
Sweet potato chips is right there on the side.
Mike's hungry.
Yes,
Mike's hungry.
I'm salivating.
Yeah.
See the white in the corner of my mouth here?
Mike hasn't eaten yet. Okay.
Let's go.
Sorry.
No. We know that Jessica had a road patch in the past.
Has a what?
Road patch, bad times.
Okay.
And,
I thought you said rock band.
Yeah.
I was like, definitely.
Definitely. Like, that's cool.
And maybe there's going to be some light in her life. We know.
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
here.
maybe.
Luke Cage, all the
or the
light she
food.
needs now.
Maybe she's going out from his depression deep or.
Well, I think we're going to explore more of what makes Jessica as hard as she is, why she is the way she is that you see her now. So that's the cool thing about the writing is it's always personal. It's always digging deeper and digging deeper. Jessica Jones has had a really rough life, and she carries that around with her for sure.
We know that Luke Cage and Iron Fist had been a superhero duo in the comic book, and now they are meeting for the first time. Mm-hmm. How's it going to be this relationship, this kind of meeting up?
I think it's contentious in a lot of ways, but because we come from different paths, different backgrounds, him coming from wealth, these are ideas that people want to see kind of bump up against each other. Somebody comes from, not poverty, but someone comes from humble beginnings versus someone who comes from wealth. It's kind of these are storylines that people are interested in. It's always been that way. But I think the thing is that they do have a lot in common. So once you get past the material things and the things that they don't have in common, they start bond. It takes a while. So ultimately, people want to see this heroes for hire thing. I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get to that, but me and Danny, the character Danny, me and Finn have some great scenes together, and I think it'll pop on screen. Hopefully, lay the groundwork for something in the future.
Yeah.
Nice. Every Marvel show has its own tone, its own mood in the beginning, and the Defenders is going to have a mix of all these tones, or it's finding its own way.
Defenders is kind of a much lighter tone, I think, than the rest of our shows. We're kind of riffing on the end of Iron Fist and going on from there, and this is definitely just the fun team up. Yeah. Everybody's kind of the fish out of water. Everybody's there reluctantly, like, what are we doing and why? Okay, fine. So it's definitely just a much lighter, more fun show.
Maybe more like superhero fun and less attached to reality. And
Yeah,
nice. How does feel? How have been working with Sigourney Weaver and having her in the show?
Yeah, when she was cast, it was really exciting for all of us because it just elevates our shows. We feel like we're pretty cool, but having her really just takes it up a whole notch. So it's awesome having her.
Yeah, she was great.
And we saw New York City like a character in each of these shows.
Yeah.
Different part of the city. maybe now it's time for having like a big picture of this whole city as a charter, the difference between each neighborhood, and or it's going to be less focused on the city as
I think
a
it's more
whole?
focused on the city
Yeah,
probably because, Luke's in Harlem, Jessica's in Hell's Kitchen. We shoot in locations that haven't been quite gentrified yet, but in Defenders there's a threat to New York City. So I think it's just a much bigger scope.
Yeah.
Hola, I am Jessica Jones.
Hola, I'm Luke Cage, and we are giving you The Defenders.
August
Watch out.
18th.
What's that?
August 18th.
August 18th. That's right. That's right.
Only
Dave.
on Netflix, streaming
Only on
worldwide.
Netflix.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.